What it do, what it do. Welcome to Tech to Cop. Today we're going to be looking at 3 of my favorite projectors of 2025 at different price points to see which one's best for you. Let's get started. Here are the 3 projectors we're going to be looking at today. First is the flagship projector from Nebula, the Capsule 3 laser at $600. Then there's the new Capsule Air from Nebula at $300. And finally, it's the Magcubic at $30. Now, this final projector is a fraction of the price, and it's been all over Temu, TikTok Shop, and any other social platform. So today we're going to compare these and see how they stack up. Now, here's a side-by-side comparison to show you how tall and how heavy these projectors are. And for reference, here's a regular size can of Coke. Now, I will say that the Nebula projectors feel a lot denser as they have built-in batteries, whereas the Magcubic projector has to be plugged in at all times to be able to be used. So that's why the Nebula projectors feel heavier, but they're all about the same size and can all fit in your backpack. They can all fit in your backpack side pocket, and the Capsule Air can even fit in your regular pocket. Now we're going to start with the big boy. At $600, you get a 1080p portable movie theater. At 300 lumens, I would say it's bright enough for any dim or dark room, but it's still not better than a TV in a bright room. At 2.5 hours of playtime, you can watch a full movie and then a show, but I would just recommend having a power bank nearby so you can extend that movie or show as long as you want. At over 10 feet of throw distance and a max screen size of 120 inches, you can project across your full room and use up the whole wall. In my testing, I got it to be up to 150 inches, but you might have different results. Thousands of people on Amazon loved it with an average rating of 4.3 out of 5. Alright, let's take a quick look at the back just to look at some of the ports and buttons. Towards the middle here, you'll see an IR sensor, a pairing button, and a power button. And then towards the bottom, you'll see an aux port, HDMI port, and USB-C port for charging. I just wanted to point out one thing. I will be using the Capsule Gimbal stand when showing off some of these Nebula projectors. This is a $50 stand that can go as low as $35 on sale on Amazon or the Nebula website. This thing turns your projector 360 degrees and it can project fully vertical. So you can watch on your wall or on your ceiling. And to be honest, my favorite part is just the clicking sound it makes when you turn it. So definitely recommend this if you're going to get either of these Nebula projectors. So I'm going to do a detailed side-by-side comparison of the remotes shortly, but I just wanted to quickly point out some of the cool features of the Nebula remotes. So both of the Nebula projectors actually have the exact same remote, just different colors. It's a very simple remote, similar to like a Roku style remote. I love that companies are adopting simplicity. So you have the obvious buttons: increase volume, decrease volume, home, settings, back, power, focus the screen, and voice control. And then at the bottom, you'll see you actually have shortcuts to all my favorite streaming apps in order: YouTube, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and then a mute all button. But the coolest thing about this remote is it does have illuminated keys. Most of the time when you're using a projector, you're going to be using it in a dark room anyways. So the fact that they illuminated it so you can see the buttons you're pressing at night is pretty dope. One more thing about these remotes is they do actually have an app. In case you can't find your remote for some reason, you can just pull up the app on your phone and use it. So I just wanted to show you guys a quick example of what that looks like. Alright, so I wanted to show you an example of using that app. You just need to pull out your phone, download the Nebula app, and it's pretty straightforward. It has a trackpad, buttons, you're able to mute everything here. So yeah, it's just a great overall solution if you lose your remote for a short period of time, or you're just lazy like me. And now, the part you guys actually care about, how it looks. So this was some 1080p content shown here flawlessly in a dark room, and surprisingly the audio was maybe just as good as the visuals. So very full sound, great crisp, clear picture, definitely the premium option here of the projectors. Up next, we have the newest projector from Nebula, the $300 Capsule Air. Now this projector is smaller and cheaper, but it only projects at 720p resolution. So it won't be as crisp as the bigger projector, but it will be more affordable and portable. At 150 lumens, it's also less bright than the Capsule 3 laser, but still plenty bright for a dark room. At 2 hours of playtime, you should just be able to watch a full movie, cord-free, before recharging it or plugging it into a power source. At nearly 9 feet of throw distance and 100 inches of max screen size, you can project to a wall or your nearby ceiling. Now, I purchased this one myself, and I am using it with the Capsule gimbal stand, and I love it. Thousands of other people on Amazon also love it, with an average rating of 4.1 out of 5 stars. So the Capsule Air actually comes with its own stand, which is compact and easy to use, but honestly I'm not a fan. Once you attach it and tilt the projector, it wobbles a lot. And since this projector is meant to be portable, any slight shake of the table messes up your image, which gets annoying fast. I was this close to returning it because I didn't want to place it on a flat table and I didn't want to deal with a shaky stand. But then I reached out to Anchor and they actually sent me their gimbal stand for free. And let me tell you, it was a game changer. Now, me and my wife use it almost every night for movies in bed, and it's been perfect. Alright, now let's compare how the Capsule Air looks in action. To be fair, it's a bit less bright and not as loud as the Capsule 3 laser, but honestly, that's expected. You're paying half the price and getting a more compact projector. That said, the overall experience is pretty much the same. It's got the same features, the same built-in Google TV, the same easy setup, plus, since I'm using it in dark rooms and projecting to nearby walls or ceilings, the lower brightness isn't really an issue. Alright y'all, this is the moment we've been waiting for. Let's look at the Magcubic, a $30 budget projector that allegedly delivers 4K, but the real question is, can this thing stack up with two projectors that cost 10 or even 20 times the price of this projector? Let's find out. Okay, so I'm going to just point out the 4 major flaws of this projector off the rip. First, it's cheap plastic. We know that. That's what we're paying for. We don't need to feel it. We need to see it. Whatever. 2, the sound that this projector makes every time you adjust the attached stand is crazy. It sounds like it's going to break every time. But it actually does have a 1/4-inch thread at the bottom of the stand, so you can actually put this on a tripod, which is fantastic. 3, it does need to be plugged into the wall. So the other 2 projectors we looked at have built-in batteries, and they can go 2 hours, 2.5 hours. This one cannot do that. You have to have it plugged in at all times. And then 4, it's definitely an entire different experience. The user interface is crap. It does have a built-in app for Netflix and YouTube, which I didn't try out. I just went ahead and plugged in my Fire Stick. But definitely on a whole different level than the great experience you have with the Nebula projectors. With those cons out the way, this thing is amazing for the price. Now, if you're looking for a super technical channel that's going to compare these projectors and give you what they find after running a bunch of tests, this is not that page. I'm just going to try them out and tell you what I thought. And my honest thought here is that I could barely tell the difference between the Capsule 3 laser, a $600 projector, and this $30 projector. I did notice the loudness of the projector. When I say loudness, I mean like the loudness of the fan in the projector. It was noisy. And it was slightly annoying. But for $30, I recommend you just turn up the volume. This thing got as big on the wall as the Capsule 3 laser. And it actually has an aux port. So if you want to plug this projector into better quality speakers to have more full volume during your movies and shows, you can do that. So if you don't mind the projector being stationary in one place, being plugged in, this is an amazing deal. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at the differences between the remote controls for the projectors. First you have the Capsule 3 laser, the Capsule Air, and then finally on the right side you have the Magcubic. Now I'm going to start with the Nebula projectors. They're basically the same projector, same buttons, same illuminated feature, same shortcut buttons, same thing. Now the difference is with the Magcubic. Now, they are all simplified remotes, but this is very, very similar to the Roku style of remotes. I love how simple it is, but you actually get a couple features that I wasn't expecting. So yes, you get the navigation control, mute all, power. You actually get voice control on this remote. So maybe when you're going to YouTube looking for a video, you can actually use the voice control function. You even get a USB-C function and a left click mouse button. Don't really know what those do. Haven't tried them out. And this remote actually doesn't come with batteries, so you have to get your own. But for the price, it's a steal to get a controller like this for a $30 projector that has voice control. I think it's amazing. Great deal. Also, one thing to consider, I used my Fire Stick when using the Magcubic, so I rarely used this remote other than to turn on the projector, turn off the projector, and select the input. So just keep that in mind. You will probably be using the main remote for whatever streaming device you have. All right, that is my honest review of these 3 projectors. I did purchase the Capsule Air and the Magcubic. I'm using the Capsule Air till this day, and I will be giving the Magcubic to my little cousin for his birthday. My friend did purchase the Capsule 3 laser, and he loves it, so this video is not sponsored, and these are my honest views. Now, if you are someone that is still undecided or you still need more information about the differences between these projectors, I did throw up a detailed comparison of specs and features on these different projectors, so you can feel free to pause the screen and compare them. Hope this video was helpful. This is my very first YouTube video, so please feel free to comment helpful tips or feedback. If you do want to keep seeing videos that I'll be putting up, please subscribe. Thanks. See you next time.